Hi, this is BJ Miller with Happy Leaf. I'm a horticulture consultant for their company, and I'm constantly trying new things to grow in an indoor garden that you can grow with our fabulous grow lights. We're always pushing the envelope to see what we can do. And tomatoes, it's a little bit more of a challenging crop than the leafy greens or herbs, but everybody loves a garden fresh tomato, and the kind you buy in the grocery store taste like pink wool, and so we won't even buy them throughout the winter, and then I miss them for too many months. So we have figured out a way to grow them successfully indoors all year long. We've started with 8 different varieties of tomatoes. We picked all dwarf tomatoes, so we didn't want any indeterminate tomatoes that, you know, you had to keep growing and growing, although if you have the space and the ambition, you can do that. We use these detachable ring cages, so each one of these tiers comes off separately, and you build it as the tomato grows. So we started all of our tomatoes under our lights as seed. They take about 5 to 7 days for germination and 2 weeks from then to before we can transplant. So this particular plant, it's Fred's tie-dye. It's a really nice variety. From our very first trial, it was a superstar. We got the seeds from Fruition Seeds. It's a great company with really cool and unique varieties. This was seeded on July 20th, and then we transplanted it on August 4th. And here we are in the early to mid part of October, and we have tomatoes. So these are a really super sweet striped one that also tastes very delicious. So what we did was we took all of our varieties, we grew them from seed, we grew them under our lights. This is a remnant from my crops, but for purposes of demonstration, I will go ahead and use it. So what you want to do is gently get it out of the pot. It's still got nice white roots, and I've already de-leafed this stem all the way up to here, but you do want to remove any of the bottom leaves, because wherever you remove a leaf, that's where roots can form. So the stronger the root system you have, the better the plant on top. Okay, so we want to get it buried all the way down there, burying this entire stem all the way up to this leaf, but not touching that first whorl of leaves. So we're going to get that stem nice and buried so we get a good root system. And for our experiment, we used these 14-inch pots from Bloom. They worked really good, and they fit right inside our rings. And like I mentioned earlier, the rings you can start short, and then you just keep adding as your tomato gets bigger. Then the LED light, our 17-inch, fits right on the ring, and you just keep moving this up as the plant gets taller. So this would be at the very top at this point. So now that we have our tomato planted nice and deep, I just want to take a second to show you what we're planting in. We've tried several different medias, and we really kind of like this one. It is a 60% cocoa core fiber and 40% horticultural grade vermiculite. So the cocoa fiber comes, you can get it online, and this is a really heavy brick. When you add water to this, it really expands to nearly 10 times its size, so you get quite a bit in this, and this is a hydroponic grade cocoa core, and we like that. We feel like this is one grown in the cocoa core. We've used other professional growing mixes, but this one has really produced quite well for us. So that's the media we're using. The other materials you need are the 14-inch pots and some way to support the plant. We use these ring holders. They're almost 18 inches wide. They fit right over our 14-inch pot, and our light fits right on there, our 17-inch light. So the Happy Leaf light can just rest right on there. They can be clipped on here so they don't drop. So you just slide this on here to connect it, and you can keep moving it up as the plant gets taller. So eventually this one here would be at the very top ring that I don't think you can see in the video. So those are the supplies we use to put the plant together. Then you're going to want to water it in, and we like these pots because they're self-watering, but the very first time that you plant it, you want to get the soil and the roots off to a really good start, so you want to soak it in really good. And what we use, we start out with we have a 2-part fertilizer that we like a lot. We've tried lots of different kinds that we like, but so Maxi Grow is the first stage for vegetative growth on the plant, and it's 1 teaspoon per gallon. And then when the plant starts to develop flowers and fruits, then we switch over to the Maxi Blue. Also 1 teaspoon per gallon. So we're going to soak this guy in really good. But after that first watering, it has a self-watering feed hole here. So then you want to water it from the bottom. That keeps all the moisture off the foliage, which helps keep down diseases. Like I said, we seeded this in the 3rd week of July. It is now early to mid-October. And this is the size plant we have. Now, it was bushier. What you really want to make sure you do is, for good fruiting, are 2 things. Now, this is indoors, so you don't have the outdoors and the wind and the insects for pollination. So you have to do that yourself. So what we do is we just kind of jiggle the plants a little bit once it develops flowers so that we can get the good pollination going. And then once you start to develop fruit is really a good time. You do kind of want to be thinning it out so that the plant does get a lot of light throughout the canopy. We are doing a lot of work on inner canopy lighting to see if we can even get yields higher and better. So we've tried where we have lights on the bottom facing up as well as the ones on the top going down. This particular plant hasn't had that, and as you can see, we've had really great fruit. But as we were growing this plant, we thinned it out. So we're thinning out any unnecessary stems so we can really get good penetration, light penetration through the plants. And I'm going to spin it around for a second to show you tomatoes like to produce these secondary shoots. Between like a leader shoot and a side shoot, you'll get one right in the middle here, and I don't know if you can get a very good picture of that. But it's that middle one, and you don't. That is taking a lot of energy away from the plant producing fruit and flowers. So you want to keep up on those and keep those out, but it also opens it up for better light penetration. So you're going to end up with a plant that looks similar to this. We've got 4 really nice tomatoes on here right now. Again, this is the Fred's Tie-Dye. So if you have any further questions on our methods or suggestions or something you've thought of that we haven't, we'd love to hear from you. Please give us a comment, call us up with any questions you have. We're continually trying new stuff, new varieties, new media, new ways of growing, and right now we're really focusing a lot on inner canopy lighting. So stay tuned for that update, but give us a call if you have any questions, and happy growing, happy leaf.